Finally.
Right, you are dirty for it.
Truly. Hello, welcome to today's episode of Juicing the Numbers, Statistics, and Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Tracy.
And I'm Corwin Heller.
And it is Sunday, November, November 8th. But if we're being honest, the past week has just been October plus. This was the October DLC we have just survived. And it is politics season sweeping the nation here in the United States of America. The election has just wrapped up. We are not going to be talking about it today. Instead, we will be talking about what the possibility holds for the next 4 years in terms of which teams do we expect to win championships.
Hey.
This idea came to me when I saw on Twitter, shout out to whoever I stole this idea from Twitter from, that the Yankees have won all of their last 9 World Series under Democrat president. So the running joke is right now, and I think I may have made this joke last time we recorded, that in 2008 with a Republican incumbent, the Rays went to the World Series and lost, and then the following year under a Democrat president, the Yankees went to the World Series and won. And in 2020, the Tampa Bay Rays went to the World Series under a Republican incumbent and lost, and the Yankees are about to play a 2021 season under what will now be President-elect Joe Biden, the Democrat. So it's a running joke that this is all signs pointing to the prophecy of a Yankees World Series win over whomever beat the Rays last time, which would be the Dodgers in this instance. And honestly, Corwin, that actually sounds pretty plausible. So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the idea of a Yankees-Dodgers World Series next year will be surprising to literally no one when it comes to odds-on favorites. So, color me shocked.
Yeah, literally a World Series prediction that has been predicted for the last 3 years. So, yeah, not surprising. But it got the old gears turning in my head about under which party does the majority of teams win their championships. I figured I would keep it to football and baseball because hockey's got prime ministers, and I don't know what's up with that. And basketball, I don't watch enough to make really shitty guesses, which is half the fun of these types of things. So we're keeping it to football and baseball. Corwin, do you want to talk about
only two sports that matter?
Truly? I mean, hey, you got football for the fall and winter, you got baseball for the summer and spring, and that is a full calendar year right there. Boom.
Yeah,
Done.
And September is the best month of the year.
I don't know. Do you like September better or October better? Because you get playoff baseball in October.
September has my birthday, but October is more sweatshirt weather, so that's really a toss-up. I mean, I gotta be a homer and go September because that's my month. But if we're really talking about what's better, just don't tell anyone I said that, other than everyone listening to this. So no one.
As long as you lovely people can keep a secret. Oh. All right. So where do you want to start? You want to start with football, or do you want to start with baseball?
Let's start with baseball.
All right. So for the sake of ease, I condensed, or I didn't, for the old teams, the 1903 Boston Americans. I just did whatever division they would be in today, so it still follows the East, West, Central model. It doesn't go in terms of what they would have been back in the day, because who gives a shit, right? So oh wait, I'll just pull up my football one on mistake. Yeah, all right. So in terms of which candidate has which league has the most wins under their given presidents, wait, how the fuck did I do this? Oh, Oh boy,
It's
howdy.
my favorite part of every show where like Josh looks over his work and it's like, I don't know what happens.
No, I don't know what I did. Oh my gosh, Josh, what did you do? Where's the
Why,
party?
when you code, you leave notes.
Oh, folks. Is this not what we come to this show for? Are you not entertained? God
Are
damn
you
it.
not entertained?
But like for real though, how did I do this?
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
I don't know the fuck I did. So, yeah, oh god damn it, really though. How did I do this? Okay, does that make more sense? Yes. Okay. All right. All right. All right. It's okay, folks. Josh figured it out, kind of, sort of, maybe. Let's hope this is right. Under Democrat presidents, the American League has won 35 World Series, and the National League has won 22 World Series. And there has been no World Series winner in one. Which year was that? Oh, joy. I didn't write it down. Um, if I remember correctly, though, it's probably the 1994 World Series, in which there was no World Series because the 1994 season was strike shortened and they just didn't play a World Series that year. Fuck you, San Diego.
Bud Selig.
Under Republican presidents, the American League has won the World Series 28 times. The National League has won the World Series 31 times. And there has been no World Series in one season, and that was like the 1904 season, I'm pretty sure, which was like literally the second year there was a World Series. Yes, yeah. So, fuck you, Teddy Roosevelt, I believe. Yeah. Anyway,
What do you have against
so
Teddy Roosevelt, man?
um, his mustache wasn't big enough, and his glasses were too large.
Dude created national parks. You can't slander that.
Yes, but he also created the FDA, and I want shottier medicine. I want medicine with more risks.
I, for like for 3/4 of a second, believed you, and was just like, what?
I want my medicine to give me a pre-existing condition. Anyway, so as we are heading into the era, the next 4 years under a Democratic president, that means that we would think the American League has the best odds of winning more World Series. As the American League claimed 35 World Series titles under Democrat presidents, which is the majority by quite a bit. Again, I will preface this by saying Corwin and I do not believe any of this is statistically significant. This is just for fun.
Speak for yourself, sir.
You're
I
right.
say good day.
You're right. I spoke too soon. This is actually how Corwin picks his bets every year. So if
This
you're
is my
wondering,
religion.
yeah, Corwin is a strict follower of political party championship determination.
It's not the best name we've got, but it's probably the most descriptive.
Almost
I
certain.
prefer the shortened term of Christianity.
Oh, how you have your wit. Um,
Ooh.
so let's break it down even further. I've got it by division. What's interesting is out of these 35 championships that the American League has won under a Democratic president, the Western Division has never won a championship under a Democrat president, which is kind of hilarious.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. So the only time the AL West has won a championship, and there are 4 championships out of the AL West, one from Houston, one from the Angels, and 4 from Oakland. They have all been. Wait, Oakland really only has 4? I must have done that wrong. Oh, I think I included the Philadelphia Athletics into the National League, and I don't think that's right. Oh, damn it, Josh. Did I do it? No, I have the Philadelphia Athletics in the East. Then that can't be right. Do the Oakland Athletics only have 4 championships?
You're saying only? I honestly don't know how many they would have. I don't know anything about the Philadelphia Athletics.
I think you mean the Kansas City Athletics. No, they have many World Series championships. They have 9 titles. Why do I only have 4 for them? Oh man, 2 strike noise.
Josh,
If
what
you're
did you
listening to this,
do?
I'm so sorry.
Josh, what did you do?
I don't know. I have
Alright,
no
you know what?
clue how
You're
I
honest.
only
I'll
have
do it.
4. Yeah, geez, Louise, for a guy who looks at spreadsheets all day, this is a bad look. No, they're all here. Where? Oh, how did my pivot table come out that they're not there? Oh boy, yeah, they're all here. I have them all marked correctly. Something is afoot, Corwin. Someone's done this.
Is something also a hand?
I get it. It ain't funny, but I get it.
I don't think anyone has ever once claimed that I am in fact funny.
All right, so hold on. I have the Philadelphia Athletics taking 1 championship in the Eastern Conference. And so that's 1. And then I have the Oakland Athletics taking 4 in the Western Conference. Oh, because they're in 2 conferences. Oh my God. So the A's are everywhere. Wow, that was confusing. Okay. So the A's have, wow. So get this. The A's have won 4 World Series in the Western Conference under Republican presidents. They have won 4 World Series in the Eastern Division under Republican presidents and have won 1 World Series in the Eastern Division under a Democrat president. And that is why Josh got confused. Wow, that is wacky.
All right, I'll take it. I'm still a little confused. Don't get me wrong, but I accept. I accept this for what it is.
Yeah, we have no choice but to accept this. Anyway, so statistically speaking, because we're heading into a Democratic presidency for the next 4 years, I would expect one of our American League teams to take it. Since they have a 35 to 22 advantage, which means percentage-wise, do that math. They have a 60% chance. The American League has a 60% chance over the National League, historically speaking, of taking their World Series during the Democratic presidency, and it would heavily skew towards the Eastern Division, because the Central Division of those 35 World Series wins have won 6. Yep, they have. There's 1 Chicago White Sox World Series win from way back in like the early days of man, I think, back when we just finished being zygotes. The Cleveland Indians from right around after the Great Depression. The Detroit Lions have 3. Lions, Jesus. The Detroit Tigers have 3 from, I'm sure, very disappointing eras, and the Kansas City Royals have 1. Thanks, Obama. So that's not a lot. And if you look at the Eastern Division in baseball under Democratic presidents, the Baltimore Orioles have 2. Boston teams have 4. Oh, sorry, Cleveland also actually has 2. There is 1 Cleveland. No, they must have been part of the Eastern Division. I did look this up. So, all right, Cleveland has 1 too then. That must be from when they were the Spiders. Well, there was a Spiders National. Damn it. Fuck you, baseball. You're too old. It's confusing. The Yankees have
I love the
20.
hate you throw at
The
baseball
Philadelphia
sometimes.
Athletics have 1, and Toronto also has 1, since their back-to-back seasons. 1 year in '92 was the last year of George W. Bush, Republican, and 1993, the first year of William Clinton in '90, and the Democrat president. So that means that of the 35 the American League teams under Democrats, of them. And Corwin?
You are like cutting in and out.
Am I
Again,
really?
yeah. Like I'm hearing 3 words here, 4 words there.
Is it worth restarting?
No, because it's intermittent enough for it not to be a big issue. It really was just that first time and then again for like the last like 15 seconds.
It's so weird. I don't know what's happening.
Hmm.
All right, I guess just shout if I'm doing it again. Damn, weird as shit. Okay, I'll just pick up where I left off then. So of the 35 World Series titles that the American League teams have claimed under Democrat presidencies, the New York Yankees have taken 57% of them. So which means that the Yankees have claimed 34%. Well, yeah. Oh no, I was gonna look at rounding. 34% of all World Series, American League World Series titles, or sorry, all World Series titles taken under Democrat presidencies. Of the 58 World Series titles won under Democrat presidencies, the Yankees have won 34% of those. So, if I was a betting man, over the next 4 years, I would expect the Yankees to claim at least one title.
Which again, you are a betting man now.
I,
Um, if I don't know what kind of prop bets there are for like over under number of Yankees World Series over the next 4 years. First of all, I doubt that the number they'd give you is like 1 or 0.9 whatever. Um, if you can find that bet, take it because they probably still give you some pretty good odds. And Josh is pretty much making sure, telling us it's a certainty at this point. But the fact that we're at this point where we're discussing that how the Yankees have won like 35% of all World Series under Democratic presidents that are won. I can't even say it correctly, but man, where are we, Josh? What has happened today?
I'm just saying Democrats create a great run scoring environment in baseball. I'm just saying last time they had to lower the mound, there was a Republican in office.
Oh, those fucking Republicans, man. God.
Because Bob Gibson was just too dominant, and we couldn't. All right, we'll end it there.
Who was the president there?
Richard Nixon.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking tricky dicky dude.
This is one hell of an intersection, by the way, between our combined history of baseball knowledge, our combined history, our combined knowledge of American presidents and when they were in office, and basic statistics, basic math. This is,
and I'll tell you what, this is not a quiz I think I would do well on.
and let me tell you, if you're still listening at this point after you found out what the topic was and have listened to us muddle our way through it, you are our target audience, and I want to meet you.
Oh my god, yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like we each know those individual stats fairly well. If you ask me to fucking combine them and say, "Oh, who was what president?" What I can't. My mental processing has just reached like a critical temperature, and like CPU's just shutting down.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I am washed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It has been, and Corwin and I have done our best to be good members of the Republic and paid attention to the democratic process, which basically is a fancy way of saying we have not slept in a very long time. You've seen the memes. You know what it's about. It's been a long week.
Yes, it has.
Quite
honestly, this is honestly been the longest week in years for me. Whew. Just the commitment to everything involved and everything that's happened because of it. Man, this just I'm not looking forward to Monday because guess what? That's a brand new work week, but it's like I'm ready for November to actually start and for 2020 to be 1 week closer to ending.
Yeah, that's the wildest part about it is that we are, by the time this episode drops, it'll be the 9th, which means we are about 30%, 33% of the way through the month. And because the election was that entire first third, it feels like the month is like only about to actually start. And I feel like a huge chunk of my memory has just been, it feels like how the beginning of the pandemic felt, where it's like the first 2 months was just like a weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Boy. I just
So,
want to say, like, we are looking forward to 2021 because of it can't get much worse. That calendar date switching over. I don't know why everyone like in our generation just collectively thinks like new year, new me, new year, new life, new year, new society. That shit's not getting any better fucking January 1st.
not if these
January
Notre Dame
20th,
fans are still
that's
out
a
there
different
kissing each
story.
other on the field.
Wait, what?
Not if these Notre Dame fans are out there kissing each other on the field. Isn't that what happened? Isn't that what everyone's mad about?
Yeah.
The giant orgy that is college football.
Well, at least at Notre Dame.
Yeah, yeah. Um, go fighting drunks. All right. So if
Yeah.
the national team, a National League team, was to win the World Series under this new Democrat regime, make it sound very sinister. Of which they only have a 38% chance of doing. Their 22 titles under such regimes, not holding them up very very high in the statistical model. How is it? So hold on then. So they have a 37% chance. The National League of 38% chance. The American League has a 60% chance. Where's that missing 12%? Oh, sorry, that's not 12%. That's 3%, which must be the odds of there just being no winner. Is that what I'm left to assume? That the none is 3%? That feels like
Seeing
too
as
much.
that's just like not physically possible, I don't think so. But
It
honestly, crazier
is.
shit's happened this year. Who fucking cares?
So
I could totally see Manfred coming and being like, "Yeah, this World Series is gonna have 8 games."
what do
Fucking
you
just
think?
roll.
Oh, actually, this is kind of funny. The odds based on history of there not being a World Series winner under a Democratic president is the exact same odds of the Pittsburgh Pirates winning the World Series under a Democrat president. 1.7%.
That's too high for the Pirates.
I know, right?
That's too high.
I was about to ask you what do you think has a greater percent chance? And the reality that they're tied, and the reality of that is that it doesn't feel like they should be tied.
No, not even close.
So of the 22 World Series titles that the National League teams have taken under Democrat presidents, 11 of them have been from teams now in the Central Division. One from Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Two from Cincinnati, one from Pittsburgh, and 7 from St. Louis, which is by far the most for an individual team in the National League under Democrat presidents. So
I still do not want to get over, and will never get over, the fact that you wanted me to be a fucking St. Louis Cardinals fan.
I stand by that as being a phenomenal idea. Go fighting Yadi Molinas. If that gives the Yankees 57% odds of winning. It's not odds. It's mischaracterization. The Yankees' historical performance of 57% of all World Series wins under Democrat presidents being won by the Yankees is obviously very high, and it seems kind of like it's not even like you could be like, oh yeah, man, that means the Yankees are totally going to win two World Series in the next 4 years. Don't get me wrong, I'd love that, and the Yankees are a good team, but like that's not how you should come to that conclusion. But honestly, the St. Louis Cardinals 12 is like close enough to being a real number that you could be like, oh yeah, well like history speaks for itself. So basically, what I'm
Does
saying is the
history
St.
speak
Louis
for
Cardinals.
itself? Because I've never actually once spoken to history or had it respond. So, like, who does the speaking for history?
Election day.
I guess the victor. The victor writes history.
Yes, but which guy named Victor has to write all history?
And like, if Victor's the one writing it, who's actually the one like reading it aloud? Because again, history's never spoken to me. Victor's writings have never spoken to me. Who's the one talking?
And who is Victor's editor?
What's your vector, Victor?
Roger.
Man, you
we're
need to
just
fucking
vibing.
hustle up and down the court every single night.
You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Listen here, kid.
Such a good movie.
I bust my ass up and down the court every single night.
Check out Juicing the Big Screen for more references to movies that we aren't currently talking about / reviews about movies we actually watched.
You are juicing the numbers.
I did. I really did. And if you listen to Juicing the Big Screen, you know that is a sincere problem of mine.
We thought it was such a good idea to have it be connected and like be similar, and it's just caused so many problems.
Yeah, but it's like it's a fun thing. It's an inside joke. We're all in on. Everyone's welcome. It's like the USA.
Jokes. I'd love to be a part of the one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, given that we're leaving the Republican presidency right now, you see that the National League has dropped their odds. They have 31 World Series wins under National League presidents. Or sorry, under National League presidents.
What?
That's what I just said by mistake. And now I'm just picturing presidents no longer by political party, but by league.
Would you be an American League or a National League guy?
I mean, I'm a Yankees fan, so I guess American League. You? What about you?
About that. I mean, I feel like National League screams Democrat more than American League, but again, I don't know.
You know what's funny is that those do sound like political parties.
Yeah.
Because it's
the
like
American and the National Party.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Well, I mean, even if you use the word league instead of party, like league is basically like what party is meant to mean. It's a group of people all doing a thing, and then Republican and Democrat is just there because those are both systems of government that are reflected within our system of government. And National American are both like relatively nationalistic terms, just meant to be talk about the group of people that are Americans. And that actually works like kind of well.
What's your favorite league?
Big.
Mine's Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, fuck you. We're not doing this. Anyway, National League teams have won 31 of their championships under Republican presidents, and I've seen a nosedive down to 22 wins under Democrat presidents. And this, so far, has certainly been the case. We just saw a National League team win it last year, man, and the year before. In fact, the National League took 50% of the World Series played under Republican presidents, and that, which I guess is actually slightly worse than average, which means that the American League teams played up as compared to their statistical average underneath this most recent Republican regime. So, if the American League teams can rally and come back, they can really just start to put this to bed. I mean, could you imagine a clean 4-year American League sweep, and all of a sudden they're up 39-22 under the presidential party race to the top? Man, they'd almost be 2-1. How did the National League ever climb back?
By the Padres winning it next year.
Seeing as San Diego has never once won, and that means that they're not even on this list, it means no. All I am saying is that if I was a Phillies fan, I guess I would have voted for Trump. Sorry, I'm not. Please do not take this as any signaling of where our votes. Although at the same time, if you listen to this podcast, you almost certainly know how we voted. Seeing as the Philadelphia Phillies, I think, because this. Oh no, that's American League. Oh, actually, well, really, I guess if you're a Phillies fan with your one single World Series win as a National League team under a Democrat president, you're probably better off rooting for a Republican president, but also switching from the National League back to the American League because y'all suck as a National League team. Seriously, Philly has this is hilarious. So Philly has 4 wins. Jesus Christ, Josh. 4 wins as a National League team. Oh, no, sorry. God damn it. Philly has 1 win as a National League team under a Republican president, and they have 1 win as a National League team under a Democrat president, which means that the Phillies have won 2 World Series is as a National League team, and that's fucking sad because the Phillies have won 1 plus 4 is 5 World Series as an American League team. So really, Philadelphia shouldn't even be in the conversation for which party they should be rooting for, because the first thing they should do is switch leagues. If you
I'm
were
gonna
to
be
switch,
honest. There's like so much information just back and forth. I have no idea what the fuck's going on anymore.
if
American League this, National League this, 1 win here, 2 wins there, 1 win there, boom.
if you were to put the Phillies in the American League, who would you move to the National League in
Who
their
would I
place?
move to the National League?
Yeah, because if the Phillies are moving to the American League, who would you move to the National League?
Would be in the American League East, right?
That's up to
Like
you, buddy.
I'll put
You
them in
could,
the East because logistically that makes the most sense. Um, hmm. I would move the Blue Jays to the National League. Yeah, yeah. Final answer. Blue Jays, welcome to the National League, my friend.
see, I think I would move the Phillies to the NL Central. Sorry, AL Central. Um, and then move the fucking Twins to the AL East so that the Yankees could get more wins.
And you're gonna do that by playing
The
the
Twins.
Twins more?
Yes. Because the
You sure
Yankees
about that, bud?
are the Twins' daddy.
Okay. I will let you hold on to that. Sure.
Them's the truth, man. Um,
I would move the Yankees to the National League just because fuck them, that's why.
well, now that the universal DH is like almost definitely going to be a thing, it really doesn't affect us much. But we're an American League institution, so suck a dick. Um, it is like
You
such
should
a
be
stark conference,
institutionalized.
huh?
Nothing. It's
Anyway,
not worth repeating.
I
It was
bet.
weak. It was weak.
There is. I definitely am missing 1 World Series win from the Yankees because I have them at 20 World Series wins under Democrat presidents and 6 under Republicans. So there's definitely 1 outstanding. But that is a huge, stark
Did you count the
difference.
Whig Party?
Damn you. Who was a Whig? Tyler Johnson? I don't know.
Tyler Johnson.
Get out of here, Grover. No, Grover Cleveland was a Republican. Because Whig was right before Lincoln. Who was right before Lincoln? It wasn't James Buchanan. He was a dark horse. Damn you, civics. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Can we
Even if
just
you
focus on the fact that you thought there was a president named Tyler Johnson?
was there not a President Tyler Johnson?
There was
Oh,
John Tyler.
John Tyler. Damn it. I prefer to think that the Tampa Bay Lightning's player Tyler Johnson. Actually, that's not his name either. Was also. Oh, but John Tyler was a member of the Whig Party, so I claim 50% correct.
I'll actually give that to you. I'll give it to you.
I think I earned it. Thank you very much. Tyler Johnson, John Tyler, Mary Tyler Moore. I appreciate you. That is a startling difference. Not that it matters at all, but the fact that the Yankees have 7 wins under Republican presidents and 20 wins under Democrat presidents is kind of hilarious. I guess when I jokingly said at the top of the show that Democrats just create a better run environment in New York, it is weirdly correct. Oh, yeah, go Yanks, man. That's why we should have. Well, that's why New York voted for Joe Biden. That's why New York always swings blue. They know the Yankees need their help.
I think New Yorkers just really like blue instead of red because, fuck the Patriots, fuck the Red Sox, all that. So they refuse to even vote that color.
It's not a bad theory. We do hate the
No, I
color red.
mean, we do know the average intelligence of a New Yorker.
One of the most highly educated cities in America. Yeah. So that means
Touche,
over the course, huh?
I said touche, good sir.
Thank you. Over the course of the next 4 years, I would expect to see again. I don't actually expect any of this. Just saying, but I would expect us to see some American League teams taking a lopsided number of the next 4 World Series. I would expect those World Series wins to come out of the AL East and perhaps the AL Central. If a National League team wins any World Series in the next 4 years, I would expect them to come out of the Central. And then if not the Central, then the East, and if not the East, then the West, in that order based on quantity. And does that mean anything? No. But if that ended up being how this shook out, well, I would claim that I predicted it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that seems fair.
I'm just going to predict 4 wins for the Padres. Fuck statistics. They don't even matter.
Well, this is a statistics show, but
But
point,
the Padres
point
are
taken.
going to win 4 straight World Series.
4 more years.
What's the most World Series won consecutively?
I mean, it's got to be the Yankees three-peat. Oh, actually, no. The Yankees have a longer stretch of wins in the 50s. I think the Yankees won 5 straight and then lost 1 and then won 2 straight. I have to look it up. But the Yankees had a ridiculous stretch in the 50s to early 60s.
What about appearances? Do you know?
I actually think that would be the same exact Yankee stretch because I think they actually only lost. I think they still made it to the show. Okay, so in 1932, the Yankees won the World Series. Yeah, I just want to make sure this wasn't divided National League, American League. It's still by winner. They did not go to the World Series for the next 3 years, but they won their first one of this big stretch in 32. In 1936, the Yankees won 4 straight against the Giants twice, and then the Cubs, and then the Reds. They did not make the World Series in 1940. Then they won in 41, made it but lost in 42, won in 43. So that is over the course of 8 years. 8 years. That is 6 wins, 7 appearances, and a stretch of 4 straight, with an additional stretch of 3 straight appearances and 2 wins. Oh, and then if I scroll down, we will see that the Yankees won 5 straight from 1949 to 1953, did not make it in 1954, and then made 4 consecutive World Series, lost to the Dodgers in 55, beat the Dodgers in 56, lost to the Braves in 57, beat the Braves in 58. That's a hilarious stretch. Wow. Did not make it in 1959, and then had a stretch of 5 consecutive seasons in which they went to the World Series again, lost to the Pirates in 1960, beat the Reds in 61, beat the Giants in 62, and then lost to the Dodgers in 63, and lost to the Cardinals in 64. Wow. And then that ended that big dominant stretch of Yankees appearances. But that is, so 5 is the record.
I totally get that you guys are the baddies, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we are the worst. And we love it. Yeah, man. So that's that. That is that, buddy. Um, any big takeaways from you for baseball?
Baseball's fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid. It's too confusing.
Well, I've got bad news. Football's no better.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's talk about football. Under Republican presidents, the AFC has won 16 Super Bowls. The NFC has won 14 Super Bowls. Under the Democrats, the AFC has won 11 Super Bowls, and the NFC has won 13. So we are entering into a period of mild NFC supremacy here, with their additional wins over the AFC. Because there is, there's no way for that to end up tie. No, there is. If the AFC wins 3 of the next 4 World Series and Super Bowls, and the NFC wins 1, then they both will be even, and we will achieve enlightenment. But that's not going to happen.
There's a pretty fair chance of that happening.
It is a pretty dead even race there. Let's see. It's actually a really even split amongst parties here, which again does not mean anything, but given how kind of lopsided it was in baseball, you'd figure with enough randomness, given how random this separation variable is, it would also be random. But instead, it's a pretty even distribution here. Since again, the difference is 2 Super Bowls in the under Democrat presidents, and it's the difference of 2 Super Bowls under Republican presidents. Who was our last 4? Oh, and the way I did this was I did this by Super Bowl year. So if you played in the Super Bowl in February of like 93, I know that
for 93.
Right, it counts for 90. So that is a Bill Clinton win. It's not it's not going to be I know you played your season under George H.W., but it's going to be a Clinton win because you won under the Clinton presidency. Yeah. So just for reference, again, this does not matter. But our last 4 World Series winners, God damn it, Josh, Super Bowls. Our last 4 Super Bowl winners, of the last 4 Super Bowl winners, 3 out of 4 of them were from the American AFC. 2 of those being the Patriots. Fuck them. And one of them was from the NFC, which is hilarious because the NFC East has the most recent NFC Super Bowl. And wow, that's a weird sentence right now, isn't it?
Can you repeat that for the fans in the back that may not have heard?
The NFC East, as a division, has the most recent Super Bowl win of any NFC team. In fact, just to rub it in, of the last 3 NFC titles out of the Super Bowl, 2 of them were from the NFC East. The only team of the last 3 NFC teams to win the Super Bowl that was not from the NFC East was from the NFC West with the Seattle Seahawks. Again, this doesn't mean anything, but boy, is it funny.
Shit, I mean, the Cowboys have been so good lately. They have to have one of those, right?
Oh, it's almost certain. I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jerry Jones has told me that the Cowboys have won every Super Bowl in existence.
If you went to a party at Jerry Jones's mansion or on his fucking giant yacht where he held the draft,
his fuck den,
and he got drunk and started.
What do you mean got drunk? Are you telling me Jerry Jones is not in a perpetual state of drunk?
Again, touche. And he started spitting off about how the Cowboys should have won every single Super Bowl. No, the Cowboys did win every Super Bowl in the last 20 years. And you told me about this the next day, I'd be like, yeah, like, why are you telling me this? Like, this is just like what I assume happens every like Tuesday night on Jerry Jones's yacht.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty on par. I'd also love to know where he's sailing his yacht in Dallas, because that is very landlocked. I'd have so many questions. But yeah, that sounds about right for Jerry Jones. I would imagine that he does nothing but convince. It's Jerry World up there, man. It ain't the US of A up there. It's Jerry World.
Mm.
It's a
I,
wild
I
and wacky time.
I fully imagine him sitting on his fucking yacht while it's being towed around by like some pickup truck, like on his property or just like up and down the fucking interstate.
Oh, Jerry
Fucking
Jones.
getting drunk on his boat on a trailer.
Getting bad haircuts from weird people. Yeah.
Oh, hanging out with fucking Mark Davis, I see.
Also, Mark Davis, who called the COVID-19 fines levied against the Raiders draconian, which is fucking stupid. And I would like you to realize that you are, in fact, a fucking moron, Mr. Davis. And I invite you
The
to suck a dick. Huh?
like the fact that like the the period of history where like draconian um like that term came to be like at do we know when that was? Okay, I looked it up. It's Greece. All right, never mind. I take it all back.
What were you about to say?
I was gonna be like, I that word like screams like, oh, Middle Ages to me, and it's like, yeah, that's when people were fucking falling off like by the thousands because of the plague. This just happens to be another plague, but no, I'm wrong. There's no redemption there for that statement.
It's okay, buddy. So under Republican presidents, the Republican Party is the party of East Coast elitism in football. the
So
AFC,
the Democratic Party.
the AFC East has won 50% of all of the AFC's Republican leadership World Super Bowls. I was about to say World Series. I didn't. I don't. You can't pin that on me. The NFC East has won 57% of all NFC Super Bowls under Republican presidents. Which means if there's a Republican president in office, the AFC teams or the NFC team has the best odds in their respective conferences to win the Super Bowl.
By a fucking lot.
Yeah. The next closest team in the AFC, next closest division in the AFC is the AFC North with a 25% chance. And the next closest division in the NFC is the NFC West with a 29% chance. What's hilarious about that, you ask? All of the NFC West's Republican Super Bowl wins are from San Francisco. No other team has won a Super Bowl in the NFC West during a Republican presidency other than San Francisco. And again, does that mean anything? No.
No.
Boy, is that funny.
So what? That's Seattle's were during Obama.
Seattle's won is during Obama.
Cardinals
have never won.
Honestly, yeah. And then the Rams just were way back.
Rams were in 2000 was when they won theirs.
That was
really
2000.
Yeah, that was Clinton.
That was back in the 90s, but okay, yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, Rams Titans 2000.
All right. You know what? That doesn't seem crazy when you actually break it down, obviously, but
yeah, because the Cardinals are hamstringing them so much.
Yeah. And obviously the East and the AFC is buoyed by the fact that Tom Brady played there for 20 fucking years and won 30 goddamn Super Bowls.
Yeah, and you got to think about when Tom Brady's Super Bowl wins happened. They happened under mainly the Bush administration and the Trump administration.
True. Yeah, very true.
Like Brady has won two. Tom Brady as an individual, the New England Tom Bradys have won 2 of the 4 World Series. Damn it, Super Bowls under Trump. Like that is a very, very high percent. They won 1 under Obama. How we missed the Obama years. Much less Patriots involved. In 2015 was their only Obama era Super Bowl win. And then the other Super Bowl wins for the Patriots were in 2002, which was Bush, 2004, which was Bush, and 2005, which was Bush. It was just a bunch of Bush.
Dude, honestly, when I think of football, I think of Bush. Just
Apparently
really
so.
getting in there deep with all those Bush years. Just the years of getting in deep with the Bush. Bush.
Bush.
Bush.
And now Bush Jr. Well, then Bush Jr. But anyway, it takes a dramatic turn. However, when we go to the Democrat presidents, because in the AFC, our winningest division in the AFC under Democratic leadership is the AFC. Make sure they're not getting it wrong. West, with 45% of all of the AFC's Super Bowl wins under Democrat presidents comes from the AFC West. One from Oakland, one from Kansas City, and 3 from Denver. But that probably isn't happening. In the NFC, under Democrat presidents, our winningest division is the East. Wow. God damn. With 4 from Dallas. How cute. And 1 from the
Those
Giants.
Billy Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. That's not going great for them.
No,
They're headed for a rough spell. So if we had to, first of all, the NFC has a slight edge here again because they have 2 more Super Bowl wins under Democrat presidents than the AFC American Football Conference does. So we would expect at least 50% of our Super Bowl wins under Joe Biden to be in the NFC, and we would expect those wins to come from either the Dallas Cowboys, hearty chuckle, or the Green Bay Packers, which actually has some legs to it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Green Bay is playing out of their goddamn minds right now. Russell Wilson is playing out of his goddamn mind right now, but that's not doing anything. Yeah, I mean, other than the Steelers winning the next 4 Super Bowls, I don't know who else it would be,
Shut up. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy how even-handed the NFC is under Democratic precedents. Again, stats that do not matter, but certainly exist. Because if you take away Dallas with its 4 wins, you take away Green Bay with its 4 wins, every other NFC team that has won under a Democrat president has done so only once. The Giants have won. The New Orleans Saints have won. San Francisco has won. Seattle has won. St. Louis has won. That's it. There are no repeats outside of Dallas and Green Bay. And then if you meander over to the AFC, it's not quite the same. Interestingly enough, as we said previously, New England only has 1, but Pittsburgh has 3, Denver has 3, and that's actually it. Everyone else only has 1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kansas City has 1, Oakland has 1, Baltimore has 1, the New York Jets have 1. Hey, we're there. We exist. And that's it.
I will say the only thing I am confident about who will win the Super Bowl over the next 4 years is that I am 99.5% confident, the 99.5 confident index, that no East team is going to win it. It's just, there's no way that's going to happen over the next 4 years.
You mean East team from either conference?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to say. No.
What team is going to be able to do it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because the beauty of sports is anybody can do it. Ba, 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 ba. But for real, let's take a trip down memory lane.
Take a trip on my favorite rocket ship.
What?
Passing through the skies, little Einstein. Just fucking kill me.
I might have to. So the 1968 Jets won the World Series. Super Bowl. Fuck my God damn it. The 1968 Jets won the Super Bowl. I had to really think about it too. That I didn't do any better the second time. Allow me to introduce you to the 1963 Jets, who went 5-8-1. Actually, hold on. This is kind of ridiculous. The 1962 Jets went 5-9. The 1963 Jets 5-8-1. The 1964 Jets 5-8-1. The 1965 Jets 5-8-1.
You guys like 5 wins, don't you?
5-8-1 3 years straight, with 5 wins the year before it. Now get this: in 1966, the Jets went 6-6-2.
No, you didn't.
And then in 1967, they went 8-5-1. So in those 5 seasons, the Jets had 6 ties. Is that a record?
What? It has to be.
I know ties don't mean anything, like they're just one-score games basically in terms of which way things would have gone. But that is a ludicrous amount of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like, I know there was a team recently that had 2 ties in the season.
Oh my god.
But 6 over that span? Oh my god.
I have to tell you something else that's just going to make this even more ridiculous.
Come on, man. My head's already pretty fucked.
So 1963, Jets went 5-8-1, finished 4th in their division. 1964, Jets went 5-8-1, finished 3rd in their division. 1965, the Jets went 5-8-1, finished 2nd in their division. They had the exact same stupid, weird record 3 years straight, and each year performed better and better in terms of their division standings.
Fucking wow.
Wow. Right?
What the fuck is up with the Jets, man?
Dude,
What kind of Indian burial ground did you guys put your offices on?
The Meadowlands.
Touche.
The future site of the eventually abandoned project that is Xanadu. Ooh. And if you don't know what Xanadu is, you're not from Jersey, and that means I don't care about your existence.
Also, if you don't know what Xanadu is, you're not missing much.
Well, you're missing that weird eyesore that everyone goes, when are they finishing that? And everyone just kind of collectively shrugs.
It's either when are you finishing that or what the fuck is that?
And also when are they tearing it down? Like it's either like who's paying the property taxes on this?
Who is paying the property taxes on that?
That's part of the mystery, man. That's what makes Xanadu such a special mystery.
Who owns Xanadu?
I don't even know, man. That's what I'm saying.
Is it that guy from Citizen Kane? Because he owned Xanadu, but does he still own Xanadu?
Orson Welles owns Xanadu?
Well, that was the name of his castle in Citizen Kane.
Oh my god, it was. Orson Welles is Xanadu. Maybe that's where he's buried. Anyway, we have gone very off track. In 1963, the Jets were 4th in their division. Come 1968, they were 1st in their division and won their first Super Bowl. So anything can happen.
I appreciate the emphasis on the burp.
Actually, let's take it even farther because the New England Patriots have a pretty even wilder. I don't want to say. I don't know what the story. Turnaround. Turnaround feels like the right word.
Sure.
Because they were pretty bad before they got suddenly very good. All right, so the Patriots won their first Super Bowl in 2002. I want to say. I got it up.
Right.
Yeah. The 2001 season. Actually, the Patriots were pretty good before this. I don't know why. Where's that 1-15 season? 1990. 12 years beforehand. Although the 2000 Patriots finished 5th out of 5 in the AFC East. And the 1999 Patriots finished 5th out of 5 in the AFC East. And the 1998 Patriots finished 4th out of 5 in the AFC East. So they were bad the 3 years prior to that. But
Well, I mean, you have to be bad in order to have a high enough draft pick to get a franchise quarterback.
yeah, it's not every day Tom Brady goes first overall.
Not every day, indeed.
Yeah, it was a really special moment for all of us. Anyway, so in theory, but see, that's what I'm saying. AFC East is due for a comeback under this Democrat president.
Like Kim Kardashian?
Yes. Like
I'm
Tiana
pretty
Trump,
sure she got
our
coming
favorite
back.
Trump. Yeah, that works too. In all likelihood, though, it appears to be Denver's time, man. I think we're going to see Drew Lock Super Bowl MVP city. Our two most likely AFC teams to win the Super Bowl under this new Democrat regime is Denver, which is ha 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 ha, and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh with 27%, Denver with 27% of the AFC's Super Bowls under Democrat presidents. What do you think?
Boy, if I had to pick between those two, which one
And
do I think is
your
more likely to win it this year?
your choice of NFC opponents based on the stats is either Dallas or Green Bay. Another head scratcher for sure.
Yeah, wow, that's tough. That's really hard to choose. I mean, and I'm certainly not going to base it all on what game I'm watching today because, oh boy, it's ugly. But man, it's tough. Aaron Rodgers, so bad at football, so easy to win against. It's not like the Steelers ever lost to them in the Super Bowl before.
That's never happened. Steelers have never even been to the Super Bowl.
No.
Yeah, no, it's very true. That trophy case is barren. So if we go by the numbers, my friend, we should expect one Steelers or Dallas matchup or Steelers Green Bay matchup, and one Denver Dallas matchup or Denver Green Bay matchup. This is locked in, folks. This is a guaranteed bet. That's it. That is happening. Dallas is finally going back to the Super Bowl, making Americans proud.
Yeah, that's it. If there's any team that's going to make America great again, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
They are America's team. Yeah.
I
would like
want
to.
America to vote on who its team should be.
None
of that fucking electoral college bullshit.
Yeah, but the problem is if Americans vote, you're going to get a bunch of 12-year-olds who are going to vote for who's like the hot ticket team right now. Because if we did this like 5 years ago, it would have been like the Seahawks. But who are all the 12-year-olds voting for now?
Kansas City.
Oh yeah, of course. Which would you pick them as America's team?
No.
Who would you pick?
Man, it's such a terrible question because there isn't. Like, the Yankees are so clearly baseball's team, like America's team for baseball, because they're known everywhere across the world. Football, like, the Cowboys are probably the most well-known, but unless you're a Cowboys fan, which not that, realistically not that many people, you fucking hate the Cowboys. Same for the Patriots. People know the Patriots because of Tom Brady, but if you're not a Patriots fan, you fucking hate the Well, I guess that works for the Yankees too.
Yeah.
I guess the Steelers have to win it because nobody hates the Steelers.
And see, that's not true. Because what's funny is like I went straight to in baseball. All right, what's an unoffensive team? No one really hates the Royals, so maybe the Royals. And I thought, yeah, Kansas City, heartland of America. They're pretty inoffensive, and then that is the Chiefs by extension. Football, I kind of want to say the Niners. They had that
Not a
dynasty
bad
in like the
guess, but
80s and
like
90s.
maybe
They've
in the
been
90s,
good.
yeah.
They've been good in the recent millennium, but not so good that they're like hated by fans of non-divisional teams. Like, the Patriots are so good that like if you're an NFC team fan, you hate them too because you're just tired of seeing them in the Super Bowl because everyone gets playoff fatigue when it's not your team. And the Niners have been good in that they've been to God damn it, a Super Bowl in the last decade, barely, but they have. But they haven't been like there all the time, and they've had really bad seasons, but they've had really good seasons. So like, I don't know, maybe. Plus, Jerry Rice. Gotta love Jerry Rice.
Yeah, way better than Jerry Jones.
His last name is Food, and it's delicious.
Rice is pretty great, man. Rice is truly spectacular.
Right? Rice is the best. Never hating on Rice. What a way to end the podcast.
Uncle Roger, man. If you want to know how to make some rice, go hit up Uncle Roger on YouTube. He knows how to make rice.
I'll have to go look up Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger Goodell. It's not. Trust me, it's not.
Okay. I got really scared for a second.
Yeah.
All right. So that means, just to put a bow on it, under the next 4 years of the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, either nightmare or dream, depending on how you voted and how much you give a shit. I'm not going to assume anything from anybody here. We can expect some Heartland and West Coast wins in championships from our football teams, and we can expect some East Coast AL wins from our baseball teams, AL East Coast wins and NL Central wins from our baseball teams. Check back here in 4 years to find out if it's true. And also keep listening to the podcast over the course of those next 4 years to hear what else we get, right or wrong. Anything else before we get out of here, Corwin?
Just to remind everyone of my predictions, Padres are going to win the next 4 Super Bowls.
World Series.
And the Steelers are going to win the next 4 World Series.
Perfect. Also, if you're in Georgia, don't forget to vote in your runoff election. It matters. Also, if you didn't vote this year and you're old enough to, go fuck yourself. It's important.
And hey, if you turn 18 in the state of Georgia by December 6th, you are going to be old enough to be able to vote in the runoff elections.
And it matters. It always matters. Your voice matters. We do a podcast for free, but your voice matters more than this. So go vote. That being said, if you want to follow the show on Twitter, you can do so at JuicyPod. If you want to hit us up via email, you can do so at juicythenumbers@gmail.com. And until Thursday, y'all have a good one.
Bye.